everybody. Hope you guys are well and doing great. Welcome to my channel on Technical Tips with Hassan. And we are working on a series of Linux Foundation Certified Sysadmin certification. I have previously uploaded 3 videos there in which we have included an introduction to LFCS. We also have set up the lab there and set up an environment where we will do our practical labs, and I also cover some exam topics as well, which will be coming in the exam, of course. So now I think we're pretty much good to go to the practical labs and start this course practically. And so today the topic we have is some basic commands of Linux. The reason that I am actually covering this topic is for the absolute beginners who do not know about Linux at all, so they will have definitely a difficulty to hang around and to at least perform some basic operations on Linux. So I thought that it is a necessary lecture which we should definitely record. So here are the main headlines. So you can see that we have a basic commands and tools which we use in our daily routine tasks as a sysadmin. Before we go further and I discuss one by one all these commands with you, we have to get ready 3 things before we start this lecture. So we have this slide. We need to have a terminal. If you have a MacBook, that's fine. Otherwise, if you have a Windows, you can install a bash terminal there. And we also need to have this virtual machine ready, which we have set up in our previous video. It's called set up a lab. So if you don't see that video, I would suggest you to go and watch that video first, and then you can follow this lecture. Otherwise you will not understand what's going on here. So yesterday I mentioned that we can SSH to this virtual machine actually and perform basic tasks. So this was the IP we had, and I hope this will work now. So we are successfully logged in here, and this is our virtual machine. So I'll quickly go through these commands first. So the first command is ls. It means the list item. I mean, if you go to a directory and if you want to see what's in that directory or folder, you can type ls. For example, if you can see here, we have the folder here, so desktop for example. So I have all these things here. I can list it, but in command line how we can do it, it's ls. cd means change directory. If you are in one directory, you want to go another directory, you can change the directory. pwd is the present working directory. You can see your path there, and you can have an information that in which directory are you working on. cp, as obviously from the name, is copy. The move directory move command is used to move the items or rename the items actually. Touch is a very useful command which we use to create the file, and vi or vim, the editor, which we use to edit the files. It also used to create the files as well and edit the files. And then the find command, it's of course likewise we use, for example in Windows we use search bar in the start menu to search for some items or anything. We can use in command line find. I'll show you how we can use it with different parameters. Very useful command. Locate is also used for search command. The difference in between find and locate is that locate is depend on the database, but find depends on the file system. If database is updated, then the locate command will work very faster. then find, of course. But if it's not updated, then of course find command will be useful to find out the latest information. Sorry. Cat is the command to print the content of the file. Sorry. To print the content of the file, if you have a file with some content, you can use this command. mkdir is the make directory command, which we use to create the directory or the folder. Grep, of course, is searching for plain text or a particular string in a file. I'll show you in practical, and then you will understand what is it exactly. Then we have sort command. Sort, the result of such either alphabetically or numerically. You can arrange the content of the file or content of the different parameters in a way that it will, for example, alphabetically order it or numerically order that output. Uniq is a very useful command. We usually, for example, as a system administrator, when we usually are scanning the logs, for example, if we are checking where are we getting the most of our traffic, and if we filter it with the IP addresses, so of course with one single IP address there will be a lot of attempts to, for example, access the web page. So we can use the uniq command to check how many IP addresses was accessing it. And then we have the pipe command. Actually, pipe command is this command attach or combine one command with other, and it take the output of first command and use it as input to the next command, which is very useful, and I'll show you how we use it. Whoami is very useful command. We should always use it when we logged into the system, or if we are already logged into the system. This will tell us that which user are we logged in as. So that's a bit of the basic commands we have here. I'm not gonna go to the next slide for now. Before, I just want to do a practical, and then we can move to the next one. So the first command is ls, which means list the item. So for example, if I press type ls here, we can see that we have these folders available here. So if this is what we say, ls. The next is cd command. Cd means change directory. For example, if you see the directory here, test folder, we can go cd test folder. Now we are in the test folder, and you can see again we type the ls to list the file, list the content, and we can see there is only one file available there. The next command is pwd. If we want to know where are we working, we can type pwd, and it will tell us the full path of the folder in which we are. So we are in the root and test folder there. The next one is copy and copy command. So for example, if we press ls here and we have this test file here, and we want to copy this file, we can copy the file as test file, and then we can type for example the full path of the destination and directory, and we can do it. So I copy this and type, the file is still here. If we go to the same path, if you can see here, cd, this one, we go there, and you can see that we have the test file here already. Next is the touch command. So for example, you can first list this. Where are we? In here. Touch is used to create a file. For example, touch, and I would say the name file, for example, lfcs.txt, and it will create the file, and you can see that there is LFCS. The next command is vim. We can both use. I preferably use vi. So vi is used to edit the file. For example, we created this file. Now there is nothing in this file. If we want to add something in this file, we can say vi lfcs.txt. Here we are, and we can add anything. For example, Linux CR certification. Okay, so how we save it? We press escape, colon, and WQ, enter. Now this is safe, and if we want to verify this, we can go again, and you see that the text is there. There's a short command as well to save this: shift and press Z twice. The next is for the find command. So for example, you can see that here we are. If we go to cdtst, and we have this file here. Okay, now if we want to find, if we don't know where is this file, yes, so we can find with, and now we have to find that file, and we can simply go for this command, for example, here, and can type this, and you can see that it's telling us that it's in the test folder. So this is how we can find the test the file with the find command. We also can use locate. For example, we can use locate. There are many other things as well. For example, I just want to show you before we go further that a man command is very important. It tells you that what options or what parameters we can use with that. It's a very friendly command, and it's a friend of all system administrators, to be very honest, and we can use that. So locate command, the locate command we just use. So before we do the locate command, we need to update the database, because it will not otherwise find it. So locate test dash file dot txt. This was the file. So you can see that we have the same file at 2 locations, so it find that it for us. So you can see it's very important command. The next one is cat. So for example, if we go to the directory we have here, and we have this file, now we want to print the content of this file, or we want to read the content of this file, we can use the cat, and you can see that this saying that this is what we have in this file. So cat is very important. mkdir, so you can see, first of all, I'm going to list the items here. So you see we have only one file here. mkdir is used to create a folder. So for example, we want to create a folder with name, for example, Linux, and now you see that we have Linux folder here as well, and this file. So it's used for this. Grep is very important command. As I mentioned, that it's used to search for a particular string in a string. For example, we are looking for example, this line here. You see that if there are 10,000 lines, we are not going to read each and every line and search for this line. We simply go, for example, the cat test file. So you can see this is the line which we want to search. If we don't want to read all these lines, so what we do is we just want to clear the screen. We will cat this, we pipe it, and we grep with this. Now you can see that it find out all these same words we have with this. So we have all identical lines here which match this string. So this is a very useful command as well. Sort. So if we simply cat this and, for example, do a sort, you will see it will not repeat the it will arrange it as numerically. You can see here, you see that it changes the lines here. You see that now first it print the numerics, then alphabets, and it print it in order. But if we just simply say cat, it will not bring the order there, so it sort that. The next one is uniq. So uniq is also very useful command, it's say, for example, if you say unique, it's only printed the unique strings, it doesn't print the duplicate strings. So as you can see, if we only say, for example, cat test, there are a lot of strings, but it doesn't print this all of the strings, it only print the unique strings, it doesn't print the duplicate strings. Pipe is, as I said, you see this is the first command, then we pipe it to the next command, unique. So this is combining the two commands. So the output of this, we apply unique on the output of this, and for that we need the pipe command there. The next is whoami. So as you see, I am logged in as root. So if I say who am I, it will say as root. For example, if I change a user, now I am logged in as HRCSA user. You see that now it's printing this. So this is very, very interesting topic. So I would suggest you to read all these and practically test these commands on your lab environment and get your hands on to this, because this is very necessary, a very basic, actually very, very basic commands which you need to use. There are a lot of other commands as well which I'm gonna definitely discuss in my next videos, but for now the basic commands to just to move around in the Linux operating system and perform some very basic operations, we need to understand these commands. So that's you need to read. And now we are going to move to the next slide. The next slide is the Linux file system architecture. So before I tell you all these from here, I would like to tell you about the Linux file system. So if we go to the root directory and we list the item here, you can see all these directories here. See all these directories here. There is another command actually which we can use, ls-lhtr. Now this will show all the permissions. Now I haven't discussed the permissions with you, so for now just don't worry about it, okay? But I will definitely and briefly discuss about the permissions. So these are the directories you can see here all, and I want to discuss these all with you. So you can see all directories have their purposes. So for example, if I start from the boot directory, if you can see, so boot contain a file that is used by the bootloader. It's called grep.cfg. For example, if we go to boot, first in grub. So for example, if you go to grub, now don't worry about grub, I will definitely tell you about the grub, what the function of the grub and everything. I couldn't find that file, but it's not a problem, we can discuss this. So basically the bootloader is the system which load the init function and load the grub to start. So I will definitely discuss this, how a Linux system startup and what are the processes which is involved there. I will make a separate tutorial for this because it's very important for the interview and of course for the system administrator, the LFCS certification. The next one, I would say the root, which we are already in. Root is a user home directory, and it is same as, for example, if we go here. So we are in the root here. The next one, I say for example, dev. So dev is the system devices, for example, disk, CD-ROM, and keyboard. If we are using the peripheral or the devices with the Linux system, the information would be in the dev. Very important one is the etc or etc, we say. If we go to etc and let's just clear the screen here quickly, you can see a lot of configuration files there. So it's basically the configuration directory, and there are a lot of configuration files. For example, if you install, for example, a web server, the configuration files would be in the etc directory. So if we go back to the root again, and you can see The next one is the bin. So you can see the bin directory user. Sorry, the next one is the sbin or usebin. No, you see these are the links, and don't worry about the links. I'm going to cover the hard link and soft link in detail. For now, just understand that this is the links. So we are using the sbin. So sbin actually is the system commands are in this. Many, for example, you see ls. So ls is a command, but if we, for example, say where is ls, it will tell you all where this command is present at the moment. So you can see user bin ls, user share man, and user share man, and there are a lot of of course paths there where the ls command is there. So I will definitely cover this too. We go back to the directory and now on to. So the next one I would discuss the opt directory is of course optional add-on applications. It's not the part of the operating system application, but it's optional add-ons application. The next one I would say the proc. Proc is it's particularly for the running processes which only exist in memory. So you will have the option, the information there. You will also have information of the hardware in there as well. So this is the function of the proc directory. Now the next one is the temp. So temp is usually used for the temporary files and directories. So it's usually when we have a site installed on the CentOS server or any other server, so we usually save cache there in temp file or some other temporary files. The next one I would say run. So run is the system daemons that start very early. For example, systemd to store the temporary runtime files like PID files, but don't have to worry about this for now. I will definitely discuss what is systemd and what is daemon all in detail. So this is it's a bit of overview of the file system architecture. One very important left is the mount directory or MNT. This directory is usually used for external to mount external file system, or for example NFS. So this is very important as well. It's a very high level overview of the file CentOS file system architecture. You should be able to know, or you should know what each directories contain, and you should know the information about all these, so that when you perform the tasks, or if you're doing a sysadmin job there, so you should know, if you are performing tasks, which directory you should go in. The home directory, for example, here the home directory for all users except root, of course. If we go to the home, you can see that we have a user there. So for example, if I add another user, I'll cover this as well. For example, I add this user here. So I have to execute it as root. So if I, for example, use user add and now if you go to the home, you see that the next user is also in there. So it's a home directory of all users. So that's actually pretty much it. That's a very short and a brief introduction to the file system architecture. You should know all of these directories and their functions, of course, and what they contain, and it will be helpful for you. I hope after watching this lecture we are good to go and perform some high level advanced tasks on practical lab, and but I will definitely cover the theory as well, so that everyone have a basic understanding, everyone have their concepts clear, and they can perform the tasks with the proper logic. So that's it, guys. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you will notify on the next uploading of the video. Till then, take care of yourself and enjoy Linux. Thank you very much.